Henry A. Wallace. The Speaker will present the President. The Capitol of the United States, December 8, 1941. Today, the Congress of the United States convenes in a solemn joint session. A session that will hear the President of the United States deliver his message that will ask for a declaration of war with Japan. The House chamber, always looking small and overcrowded, has today attained a dignity that overcomes even the gray girders that temporarily support the glass roof of the chamber. The galleries started filling early this morning and, of course, are now packed. To witness this historic occasion are most of the dignitaries and officials of the Capitol. At 12 o'clock, the Speaker of the House, Sam Rayburn, called the House to order after a brief prayer by the chaplain of the House, Dr. James Sherrill Montgomery. The House passed the resolution which provided for the joint session, and then recessed until the call of the chair, which is expected shortly before 12:30. While we wait for the members of the Senate, the members of the Cabinet, and the Supreme Court, we have here with us Columbia's Washington news analyst, Mr. Albert Warner, who will speak at this time. Mr. Warner.
Representative Sam Rayburn, Speaker of the House of Representatives, has just called the House into session again. There was a brief session beginning at 12 o'clock, which lasted for 4 minutes. During that time, prayer was offered by Dr. Sherrill Montgomery, the chaplain of the House. In that prayer, the chaplain spoke the crimson threads of sacrifice which lie ahead. He spoke of national unity and honor and integrity. A resolution was offered at that time by Representative McCormick, the majority leader, which allowed the suspension of rules during the rest of the day. Then a motion was in order to recess. That recess has now ended, and the Speaker has again wielded the gavel, calling the House into session. At 12:30, the special joint session of the two chambers, House and Senate, will begin, and the President of the United States will be heard addressing Congress, asking for the declaration of the existence of a state of war. Congress is poised to give that declaration. There's no doubt about the sentiment of Congress. You can hear it from House and Senate members on every side. All differences have been laid aside. Representative Martin, who is the chairman of the Republican National Committee and also the minority leader of the House, has said he is ready to follow the President's lead. Isolationists like Senator Wheeler and Representative Hamilton Fish have followed in Mr. Martin's course and have promised to go along under the President's leadership. When the joint session is held at 12:30, the Cabinet members, you can already begin to see some of them in the lobbies here, will be grouped right in front of the rostrum where Vice President Wallace will preside with Speaker Rayburn. Right behind the Cabinet members and Supreme Court justices will be the senators, and then the House members in their regular benches. At one side of the rostrum, you may already see in uniform the heads of the armed services. There is Admiral Stark, Chief of Naval Operations. There is General Marshall, Army Chief of Staff, and General Holcomb, Chief of the Marine Corps. After the President has been heard, each chamber will assemble separately, and later in the afternoon, the war resolution will come out of committee for action. Now, here is the text of one resolution which Senator Connolly has already prepared. Senator Connolly will introduce the resolution in the Senate and Representative McCormick in the House. Connolly's resolution reads as follows: declaring that a state of war exists between the Imperial Japanese government and the people of the United States, and making provision to prosecute the same. Whereas the Imperial Japanese government has committed unprovoked acts of war against the government and the people of the United States of America, therefore be it resolved by the Senate and House of Representatives of the United States of America in Congress assembled, that the state of war between the United States and the Imperial Japanese government, which has thus been thrust upon the United States, is hereby formally declared, and the President is hereby authorized and directed to employ the entire naval and military forces of the United States and the resources of the government to carry on war against the Imperial Japanese government, and to bring the conflict to a successful termination. All of the resources of the country are hereby pledged by the Congress of the United States. Now here's Park Simmons.
Thank you, Mr. Warner. Presiding at the joint session, of course, is Representative Sam Rayburn, Speaker of the House. and Vice President of the United States, Henry A. Wallace. The Speaker will present the President. The Capitol of the United States, December 8, 1941. Today, the Congress of the United States convenes in a solemn joint session. A session that will hear the President of the United States deliver his message that will ask for a declaration of war with Japan. The House chamber, always looking small and overcrowded, has today attained a dignity that overcomes even the gray girders that temporarily support the glass roof of the chamber.